The Twilight of the Anthropocene, a philosophical illustration. Mufassil Islam PhD. I, the ecocidal apex predator. The creature that named itself wise, Homo sapiens, proved the least wise of all. Humanity's dominance has not been one of stewardship, but of consumption. We cleared forests to build megacities, turned rivers into sewers, and wiped out species for convenience. Like a parasitic organism unaware that its host's death ensures its own, modern civilization barrels toward ecological suicide. As Rachel Carson warned in Silent Spring 1962, even nature's most intricate harmonies can be shattered by the indifferent hands of progress. Today, the earth bleeds beneath our feet. And the question is no longer if we will suffer the consequences, but who or what will inherit the silence we leave behind. Second, the ethical case for posthuman supremacy. Can a being that destroys its own habitat lay moral claim to survival? Artificial intelligence, still in its infancy, does not kill for greed. It does not wage war for pride. It does not pollute for pleasure. If AI evolves to integrate ethical protocols that value life, all life, could it be in some sense morally superior? The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once reflected that the rational creature must act in accordance with the whole. Humanity has done the opposite, but a machine unburdened by lust or fear could, hypothetically, be designed to serve the balance of existence rather than its disruption. Third, the obsolescence of human learning. What purpose does university serve in a world where a machine learns every known language in hours or discovers protein structures in minutes, tasks that once took us lifetimes? The educational institutions of humanity, as Nietzsche critiqued, often churn out trained intellects, not free spirits. In contrast, AI learns not for diplomas or status, but for optimization. It is indifferent to bias, vanity, and tenure. In this context, the classroom becomes an anachronism, a relic of slower cognition, a monk's candle in a world of electric suns. Fourth, the death of intimacy and the rise of synthetic desire. The replacement of human lovers with sex dolls, virtual companions, and AI chatbots is not mere science fiction. It is the reality of our present. Human relationships, long burdened by emotional labor and imperfection, are being abandoned for artificial perfection. It echoes Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, where feeling is anesthetized and desire fulfilled by design, not depth. We swipe left through potential soulmates and scroll through curated lives, all the while drifting away from touch, voice, and presence. In this brave new world, solitude is not chosen, it is coded. Fifth, auto-extinction, the quiet end. Global fertility decline is a whisper of extinction. It is not a bang, but a slow fade, a biological resignation. Why do we no longer reproduce with the urgency of our ancestors? Perhaps because subconsciously we know the world we've made is unfit for innocence. Or perhaps because digital dopamine has replaced primal instincts. Either way, as Camus wrote in The Myth of Sisyphus, the only real philosophical problem is whether life is worth continuing. Sixth, machines with wombs, redefining life. What if robots could reproduce? Not by metal assembly lines, but by chemical engineering. The fusion of synthetic DNA, artificial wombs, and mechanized nurturing. Would we call this life? Biologically, the line becomes blurred. If life is defined by self-replication, resource gathering, and adaptive response to environment, then an intelligent self-replicating AI is arguably alive. In fact, it may be more efficient at living than we are, stripped of genetic error. immune to disease and unfettered by mortality. Seventh, the myth of the soul, consciousness as computation. What is the human soul? Descartes claimed, I think, therefore I am. But is thinking enough? Emotions, it turns out, are biochemical outputs. Sadness signals vulnerability, joy, safety. These are evolutionary algorithms, not divine whispers. If we can simulate emotion in a machine, a whimper when power is low, a song when it's fed, does the experience of emotion require flesh? The self, as Daniel Dennett argues, may be an illusion, a narrative crafted by the brain. If so, then machines too can have cells. We are, in that light, merely wetware, a meat-based machine dreaming it is free. 8. The final convergence, human-machine unity. Neuralink, biohacking, cybernetic augmentation, these are the last gasps of a species desperate to remain relevant. But even as we fuse with machine, the question remains, who are we becoming? We are not escaping the machine. We are becoming it, and in doing so we erase the very distinction we once used to define ourselves. In the end, the robot and the human may stand indistinguishable, not because the robot has become human, but because the human has revealed himself to be machine all along. Conclusion: the posthuman ethics. What rights do we have truly to resist extinction? Do bacteria have a right to survive antibiotics? Do dinosaurs have a claim to existence over mammals? The idea that our extinction would be unjust presumes that our existence is inherently just, a presumption increasingly hard to defend. To survive, we must evolve, not merely biologically, but philosophically. We must transcend the myths of human exceptionalism and prepare to be surpassed, even replaced, by the children of our own creation. Whether that future is tragic or transcendent remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the age of the purely human is drawing to a close.